Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am filming a bit of a come with me to work / office tour kind of vlog. I realized that I have promised to give you guys an office tour for I think the past year since I got an office downtown again, and that's what we're doing today. So I just kind of want to show you my studio and also explain to you how I conduct for example, my color consultations. So I won't be conducting like a real color consultation or anything like that today. Hopefully I will be able to do that maybe sometime during fall if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. And if I can find a client who's willing to take part in a video like that, I'll definitely see if that's something I can make for you guys. I know a lot of you are quite intrigued to see what actually goes into a color consultation. I've been a full-time business owner now for 3.5 years, and I have 2 jobs. Actually, I work as a certified color consultant and style coach on the side, create content as well for that or in that area. And then I actually work as a marketing consultant for a local business as well. I've been working there for the past 6 months. So Martin already took our girl to daycare and he's left for work already. It's currently 8:15, so I'm about to head off to the office as well myself. Before I leave though, I just wanted to talk to you guys about this baby right here. This is the Zuvi Halo Hair Dryer. Today's video is actually sponsored by the Zuvi Halo Hair Dryer. Maud and I had a hair dryer before that we've had for, hold on guys, I think 12 years. Before, I never really dried my hair using a hair dryer. I always wash my hair at night and then I kind of let it air dry. And I still do that from time to time, but after getting the Zuvi Halo Hair Dryer into my life, I'm definitely a lot more prone to actually using a hair dryer before getting to bed. So traditional hair dryers, they tend to use heat up to 60 degrees or more, which is around, I think, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And the Zuvi Halo Hair Dryer only uses around 40 degrees. So a lot less damage on your hair, which is great. It dries really quickly as well. The drying process is kind of similar to just like drying your hair out in nature, just like with natural wind. That's kind of what they've tried to replicate with this tool. And then also they use light care technology, which is very special for this specific tool. Another cool thing, which I also just briefly mentioned, is that it's a lot more energy efficient, meaning that it uses around 60% less energy compared to similar like hair dryers or conventional hair dryers on the market. So it's actually also better for the environment. So there's a lot of reasons why I think this is a great tool. I also just think the design of it is so sleek. It's really nice and feels very ergonomic in your hand as well. It has 4 different like settings. It has care, fast, soft, and style. It also has a like cool function. So when you've used the hair dryer just to style your hair, you can finish off with the cool section to just set your hair in place. If you're interested in checking out the Zuvi Halo Hair Dryer yourself, make sure to check the description box down below. I'll put a link for you down there. So in case you're looking to invest in a more energy efficient hair dryer and something that also protects your hair and makes it look shinier and healthier, then do make sure to check out the description box down below. Before leaving, I just quickly wanted to show you guys what I am wearing today. It's currently mid-July, so you would expect me to wear some sort of a summer outfit, but it's very typical for Scandinavia for the temperatures to kind of drop at this point during summer and then they will rise again later. So summer is currently non-existent, kind of. Probably won't be needing the sunglasses, but I'm bringing them anyway. This is a lavender colored shirt from Colorful Standard. Good old Everlane trench, which you've seen me wearing 100 times. My beautiful birthday bag from Michael Kors. This is the Bradshaw bag. Wearing a pair of Organic Basics jeans, which, by the way, I just got back from the tailor yesterday. I had them taking in post-pregnancy. I'm still struggling a bit with especially jeans fits. I just feel like my body is still changing all the time. So yeah, I had a couple of jeans that I had to get altered. So again, I think this dark blue color is quite nice with this lavender color. and then the beige and the brown, loving all those colors together. And then I'm wearing a pair of sneakers, just want to stay comfortable today. These are my Vea Espla trainers. So that is today's outfit. Just gonna grab my bigger work pouch as well, because I have all of like my, like my water bottle and other like hard disks and other work bits in there. And then we'll be going. So we're here, we're at my office. It's really hot in here, so I'm just gonna open the window. So usually the first thing I do when I get to the office is to water my plants, because obviously I'm not here every day. I tend to be here maybe around 2 days per week, sometimes more, sometimes less. It kind of depends on my working schedule for the specific week. Naturally, since I do have quite a lot of different things that I'm working on all the time, it varies from week to week. I do have a certain structure, but it's just not always I can follow it 100%. So this is actually, I think it's a week since I was here the last time, so just gonna water my plants. They need that. It's kind of hot in here because it's a very old building. So in the winters it gets really cold, and in the summertime it gets really hot. Did end up bringing Oscar with me to work. Usually I always bring him with me when I'm down here. And this poor eye. And I thought that today I also wanted to be able to just keep an eye on him and his eye. And also just give him an opportunity to not wear the cone, because obviously like this I can keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't scratch his eye. Right, so now that that's done, let me give you guys a tour of the office. I'm standing in the entrance here. I'm just gonna flip you guys around. So, right, this is where you enter. And then over here to the left, I have a table and 3 chairs. I bought this secondhand on ASOS Marketplace recently. If you followed me for a while, you'll probably have seen that I actually used to have a secondhand like sage green couch in this corner, which was lovely. It was such a beautiful couch, but it just didn't really serve a purpose. Like when I have clients, it's just really nice to have somewhere to sit and have like an initial conversation before diving into a color consultation, somewhere where I can talk my client through the different techniques and theories that we work with, a place to just have a cup of coffee and some water, and also a place for me to eat my lunch if I'm not in the like common lunch area eating lunch with the other like self-employed people in the house. It does have a bit of like scratches here and there, but it doesn't really matter. Great chairs which are in great condition and they're very comfy. So then I have some posters here from Diseño, which I received as part as a previous collaboration I did with them, specifically to get some art and some prints on my wall here in my office. Then on the other side here we have a beautiful peace lily. We have Oscar's water bowl there. And then this little like round table is actually also secondhand. We have a vintage mirror up here as well. Just like with my clothing, I always do my best to look at my secondhand options for furniture and interiors and decor as well. So most of the things that I have in here are actually secondhand, or many of them at least. Over here we have a nice coat rack, or like a coat stand, where my clients can hang their coats. I can hang my own coat, my bags, Oscar's leash, all that kind of thing. And then of course we have Oscar. This one is really old, from IKEA. We actually used to have that in our apartment when we used to live in Aarhus. I think we had it in our bathroom. Here I am obviously using it for all of like my Color Me Beautiful makeup. So if I have a client who has booked a consultation for a color analysis and a makeup session, these are the products that I will use. So I have various different lipsticks, I have some different concealers in different colors, different eye pencils, different color of mascara. I have all of my brushes, I have like the day cream and the micellar water that I use. I also have a palette here, different colors of like eyeshadows and blushes. So whenever I prepare for a consultation for a like color analysis with a makeup session, I always like prepare the makeup first. Usually I take out a selection and then place it on a table so that I have a few bits out for my client. And then this one is a like hair color chart. So I have all sorts of different like hair color swatches in here. And this is a really helpful tool, especially if I have a client who's sort of in between two different color types, because the hair color has a lot to say in terms of what color type you are. And sometimes it's just nice to have a tool like this to help me determine whether to put her in one color type or not. So yeah, like I just said, I have all of my makeup there, and then I have some more art on the walls here. And then over here I have a few different books. Psychology of Fashion. I love this book, cannot recommend it enough. It kind of goes into the depths of the impact fashion has on you psychologically, but also on our entire society. And then down here is my drapes. So these are all of my color testing drapes, which I will use whenever I have a color consultation. For those of you wondering, because I'm certified with Color Me Beautiful and because I took the education through them, it was part of the price that I paid for the certification or the certificate and taking the education to get all of the drapes and all of the tools that I needed in order to actually conduct color consultations. And then all of the makeup and the additional stock that I have here in my studio is something that I've invested in myself afterwards. Just to put that out there, I have had some questions from some of you asking me where I got the testing drapes from, where I get my like swatch wallets from, which if you don't know what that is, I will show you in a minute. But it's all through Color Me Beautiful and because I have taken the education with them, basically. Like I said, these are my testing drapes. This is actually another secondhand find. I do believe it's originally from IKEA, and it was quite lucky because this was exactly what I was looking for, and I found it in one of our local, like, I think it was in a Red Cross consignment store, basically. Like I said, I was specifically looking for this because you can hide away the drapes into this drawer. They all fit perfectly in here. And then I can close it again, which is great because obviously it's not good to keep them like out and exposed to sunlight because it can potentially bleach the color on the little fabric pieces here. So it's really good to keep them in a dark place when they're not in use. So what we have here is all the way from neutrals. These are all of our neutrals. So we've got white, we've got browns and beiges, we've got some blue and some green down here. And then the rest of the piles are what we call fashion colors. So we've got various kinds of blues, we've got purple, burgundy, we've got peach, pink, red and orange in this pile. And then in the final pile we've got what we call aqua colors. So we've got yellows, we've got some more like greens, turquoise. And then in the bottom here we have silver and gold, which we typically use for something like undertone testing and just in general having a conversation about what kind of metal to choose. I'm wearing both gold and silver because I am in reality a neutral, but leaning slightly more cool. So yeah, I like wearing both. And then if we turn around over here, we've got my mirror, which I will pull out when I have a client, and I will put a chair here. And then I'll put the white drape on her before starting, and then I'll start showcasing the colors to her in the mirror, which I will show you in a minute how I actually do that. And then over here we've got my different certifications or certificates. I've got my Color Me Beautiful certificate, and then I've got my Style Coach certificate as well. And then Oscar, can I ask you to move, please? So over here we've got another secondhand find. This is where I keep like important files and stuff, all of my training equipment, like books, for example. You can actually buy both of these books. I again got them in connection with taking the education at Color Me Beautiful. So when I do have a client, I will run through the 6 dominant color types, just talk her through the difference between them, and sometimes she'll be able to recognize herself, sometimes she won't. So it's just a really nice tool again to have in connection to conducting consultations. Then down here is where I keep my stock for my makeup. If I have a client who wants to buy makeup straight away, like I do have some different lipsticks in stock, different like eyeshadows and stuff. So if I have a consultation where I'm doing her makeup and she wants to buy some of the makeup straight away, then she can. So always try to keep a little stock of makeup as well. And then here are the swatch wallets or the swatch cards that I put in the tailor-made swatch wallet for my client. Let me show you an example. Right, so this is a swatch wallet. You've probably seen my own swatch wallet in some of my recent like fashion related videos. Of course I have my own as well, which is tailor-made to me and my color type. It's become such a handy tool. I couldn't live without mine anymore. But yeah, this would be a swatch wallet for a deep color type. So we have a lot of like nice and deep colors in here. Dominantly deep, and then there's room to build on a secondary and tertiary color type in here as well. 2 empty slots here. So depending on her undertone, for example, her the clarity of her coloring, I would put in some different colors here additionally with the dominant ones as well. So that's the swatch wallet. So obviously I would always recommend my clients to buy the swatch wallet if it's not included in the price, just because it's such a handy tool. You can use it when you're shopping to make sure that you bring home the right colors for you, both when it comes to clothing and makeup actually. To me, it's definitely been a revelation, and this is coming from someone who used to never wear a color. Finally, over here by the window, we have my desk, or my 2 desks. It's looking a bit messy right now, and it's because I've got all of like the script for my new online masterclass over here. I've made sort of an analog checklist for each lesson. Obviously have my computer, which is where all of the magic happens. And I've got these big, beautiful windows over here. And then the view is just like right down to like Midtown, which is nice. There's always lots of life right outside of my window, which I really appreciate. So typically when I'm conducting a color consultation, I will put the chair here, and then I will get out my drapes, and I'll actually keep them behind my client like this, just so that she only focuses on looking into the mirror. And then let me just pretend that I'm a client. I will sit here, and then I'll put on this white drape so that we have a nice and neutral background for all of the colorful testing drapes. What I will do is that I will pick out the neutrals that are right for my client. I'll pick out the fashion colors which will be right for my client. I'll take them in sort of like bundles. So for example, let's say we were talking about blue. I would get out a few blue colors, and then I would show them to her. I keep saying her, but everyone can get a color consultation. It's just that most of my clients are women, so bear with me. But yeah, then I will show her each of the individual kind of blues to go for, explain a little bit about the different colors and why this color works for her. This is a beautiful blue, by the way. It's a soft kind of blue. Show them like individually like this and explain to her, and then as we go, I will also talk to her about different combinations. Like if I were to go for a print, then this would be a nice combination. If I were to go for a stripe, maybe put in an accent color. So we talk a lot about combinations. We talk about the individual colors, the version of the colors. And then obviously we also talk about things such as profession. Again, for example, if I have a client who's in between color types, or if she has a specific job, let's say in counseling or in therapy or in a professional working environment, we will also talk a little bit about the psychology of color and the power of choosing the right color for the right place. So that's all part of the conversation. I really try to implement like a 360-degree approach to working with colors. Obviously, we also talk about her style, personality, because that will have a huge impact on what kind of colors to go for as well. And the main focus and the main goal is obviously, again, to make sure that my client learns to invest smarter in her clothes and that she says goodbye again to these really fast-passing trends and moves more into slow fashion and invests better and smarter in her wardrobe. That's really the main goal. And then if I have a virtual consultation, obviously I will be sat here at my desk, and then obviously I will just have my drapes laid out in front of me like this, here on my table, right here. And then I have a webcam up here. All of these, the virtual consultations will take place over Zoom. And then obviously, because I can't drape my clients in the color, I will show them to the camera, and then I will explain to her why this is one of her best neutrals. And also show her some examples on screen on how she can pair the colors. Quickly wanted to mention regarding the color theory that we use at Color Me Beautiful is that we no longer work with the traditional seasonal system. We work with something called the tonal system, which is why, if some of you know color analysis even just a little bit, you'll probably notice that we do things a bit differently. I talk a lot about the dominant color type and the secondary and the tertiary color type. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, I did recently make a video with some easy ways to start adding a bit more color to your wardrobe, even if you haven't had your colors done. I mentioned it briefly there, so I'm gonna link the video for you here in case you want to know a bit more about the tonal system versus the seasonal system. Then check out that video. So guys, we've made it to the car. We're gonna drive home now, have some lunch, and I basically wanted to wrap up the vlog here because now I just have some admin stuff to do when I get home. Not really that many exciting things to share. I'm just gonna have some food as well. So I just wanted to thank you all so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was inspiring in some way. If anything, I hope you enjoyed just hanging out with me for a little while. A huge thank you to Zuvi for sponsoring this video with the Zuvi Halo Hair Dryer. Again, in case you want to check out the hair dryer yourself, I will leave a link for you down below so you can read a bit more about the product and also order it if you so wish. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the summer, and I will see you all very soon for another video. Bye guys.